Leaving the Ministry of Health are representatives of Britain's doctors, including Sir Russell Brain. The Minister has just turned down their demand for a 24% salary increase, for the present at least. Many people believe a large slice of their national insurance money goes to the doctors. But in fact, of the 12 and 9 stamp on a man's card, only 10p goes to the whole National Health Service. Doctors, dentists, hospitals, supplies, prescriptions and everything. The old bob-on-the-bottle prescription charge has risen to £1 per item, but the doctor gets no more. Costs are rising for all of us, for the healthy, for the sick, for the chemist, for the doctor. And the government says the country cannot afford the 20 millions which the doctors claim would cost the exchequer. For the well-to-do specialist, the problem is not so great. He has a much higher proportion of private patients and can increase his fees to meet his rising costs. But the family GP is dependent on his national service pay. Pathé News visits a doctor in a North London borough who shares with his two partners a large and mainly working-class practice. More patients mean more pay, but they also mean more work, more assistance, more equipment, in a period of rising costs. And the GPs are feeling the pinch. They feel they deserve a better deal from the National Health Service they have so loyally supported.
Doctor, how do you feel about this personally?
Well, my own feeling, and I think the feeling of most general practitioners, is one of frustration and disillusionment. We just feel let down. Certain promises were made to us when we came into the National Health Service in 1948, and they simply haven't been kept.
How does this situation affect the patients?
Well, the first thing is that no general practitioner is going to do anything which will harm the interests of his patients. But inevitably, if this situation is to continue, we are going to have to limit the developments in the way of extra staff, extra equipment, improving our premises, which has been going on steadily since the health service began. And in addition, many of particularly the younger general practitioners, are beginning to think about emigrating to other countries, and I think this process will continue, which is bound to affect the service.
Outside the towns, the family doctor has even more problems. Our interviewer calls on a country GP to learn his views.
How does this situation affect country doctors?
In the country, we doctors cannot undertake to treat the number of patients that a town doctor can because of the large mileage involved. Thus, our payment must be less, and this is not adequately covered by the present mileage fund.
The public depends on the doctor, the surgeon, the nurse. And in these days of ever more scientific treatment, their knowledge and skill are a priceless national asset. With their devoted help, we have built a national health service second to none in the world. Now, promising young men and women are turning their eyes to other lands for greater opportunities. The thousands who stick to their jobs are disgruntled. In the hour of disaster, the doctor is always one of the first on the spot. When minutes count, he has lives in his hands, and he does not pause to think of his own. He does his job according to his Hippocratic oath, to work for the benefit of my patients according to my ability and judgment, and not for their hurt or for any wrong. He does not regard himself as a hero, for this is the nature of his profession, to be on call any hour of the day or night, wherever he is needed. He asks for a square deal. What do you think? Can we afford to refuse him?